how can you create the environment where people feel safe sharing their ideas, sharing their challenges, asking for help? This is what is known as psychological safety. And it sounds like a geeky or academic term, but what psychological safety is the belief that in a group, this is a safe place for me to ask a question, to disagree with someone, to show up as myself rather than conforming, knowing I will not be marginalized, excluded, humiliated, embarrassed. I have certainly heard people say, "Hi everyone, this is a safe space." Ever heard that? Do you believe it? Not usually. Safe space, everything's okay. Why do you not believe it? You don't have proof. You haven't actually seen that it's safe to challenge, to ask that naive question. And so it's our job to make sure that when we say this is a safe space, we respond with curiosity. We do not let that defensiveness get the best of us. I'll just give you a couple ideas of how you can really help to create those really safe spaces and sustain them over time. And one of the things you can do, especially if you're in any kind of a leadership position, is ask the question, what am I missing? What am I missing? It's a powerful question. It's 4 simple words. But when you ask that question, what you're doing is you're saying, I don't know everything. And maybe I see the world through my lens, but I want to hear a different viewpoint. And you then listen with real curiosity. So all the things I talked about before, you take that sip of water and that breath if you're feeling defensive, and you thank someone for sharing a different perspective, which we all need. I mean, there's so much research showing that if you can tap into the diverse talent you have around you, then you're going to perform better. But if you're shutting it down, or if people are feeling that they have to conform and all agree, you're not going to get those kind of breakthrough and innovative results. So that's one idea. What am I missing? And then one other tip, and it's something we don't do much at all, and that is talk about failure in the open. How often do we do that? So it turns out that when we can actually discuss failures and mistakes and things that went badly, we learn from them. We can actually do better in the future, and there is plenty of data to back that up. But instead what happens is we talk about all the good stuff, great event, everything went really well, and we know there have been all of these problems. But if we don't talk about the problems, how do we prevent them from happening again? And if you read about psychological safety, there are actually some very scary disasters that have happened as a result of people who didn't speak up because they didn't feel comfortable. And I've been doing some work recently with Boeing, because they recognize that psychological safety is a huge problem. And if you remember, I think it was 2018 or 19, there were 2 737 MAX planes that crashed, and hundreds of people were killed in those crashes. They have traced that back to people knowing about issues, but not feeling that they could speak up. So this is serious. Obviously, lives were lost in that. But I would say in your industries, probably lives won't be lost, but important things will happen or not happen as a result of not creating those conditions for people to speak up. And so I encourage you to really explore what it means to create a safe environment. And if you're interested, Samantha said I co-wrote a book called The Psychological Safety Playbook. It has 25 ideas for you. So that might be of interest if you want to really work on not just saying this is a safe space, but doing something about it.